Today I am going to take a very important thing, and that is the qualification for a person to do ultrasound in India. Now, a lot of people, they have in their mind whether any ultrasound training or certification has an MCI recognition or not. In fact, sometimes I've seen people advertising also MCI recognized courses. Now the thing is, MCI does not recognize any training. You should be very clear about this part. Ultrasound training is not the domain of MCI. MCI has given this thing in writing also under RTI that ultrasound training does not come under the purview of MCI. Even those government institutions where ultrasound training certification is being provided, that is not recognized by MCI. MCI only recognizes postgraduate diplomas and degrees of certain subjects. And diplomas are at least 2 years and degrees of 3 years. So the question of MCI recognizing any ultrasound training is totally out. Now, the second thing is that, what about PNDT? Now, PNDT is a department which is dealing with prevention of sex discrimination. So actually, only the obstetrical ultrasound comes under PNDT. But the thing is, if you want to open a center, you have to get that center registered by PNDT. Now, under PNDT, what are the qualifications for a person to do ultrasound? The law says any postgraduate means whether it's a radiologist or a gynecologist or any person of any domain is allowed to do ultrasound. And even a postgraduate diploma in ultrasound is allowed. And then there's a clause of medical genetist under which a person with 2 years experience in ultrasound is also allowed. And then finally, an MBBS or RMP with 6 months training is also allowed. Now for the 6 months training, now they have said that it should be under the government recognized institutions. For medical genetist, you just need 2 years experience. If you have a postgraduate diploma in ultrasound from any university, as per PNDT, you are allowed to do ultrasound. If you have a post-graduation in any subject, whether it is gynae, whether it is radiology, or whether it is medicine, you are allowed to do ultrasound. Now, in 2016, the Delhi High Court had given a judgment in which the court says that this 6 months training, although it is from a government recognized place, but it is not recognized by MCI, so it cannot be acknowledged. That is what it said. Now, the court says, the Delhi High Court in that judgment says the education is domain of MCI. Certification, anything is the domain of MCI. So PNDT cannot qualify a new law like 6 months training. And since it is not recognized by MCI, so it cannot be imposed on any person. Further, it says that before the PNDT Act, an MBBS was not barred by MCI from doing ultrasound. So after the Act, how an MBBS can be prevented from doing ultrasound? And even MCI does not have any objection to MBBS doing ultrasound. Now, this judgment of Delhi High Court was challenged in Supreme Court, and Supreme Court says that all the government institutions, whether it is MCI or whether it is PNDT or whether it is a UGC university, they have the power to pass any certification or diploma, which means anything which is passed by the Legislative Assembly has to be agreed to. And this is an interim stay which was given by Supreme Court, which says the 6 months training has to be recognized, even the PG diploma in ultrasound, which was by a university, and the Delhi High Court had raised objections to that. The Delhi High Court has said that since it is recognized by university and it is not recognized by MCI, so it is not authentic. But then the Supreme Court said that even the PG diploma in ultrasound, since it is recognized by a university and the university is passed by the Legislative Assembly, so it has to be followed. So that's all, and more I'll be telling you later. Thank you.